Hello everybody, and welcome to this beginner level tutorial in which I will show you how we can build a demo space like this. The main focus of this lecture is how to start by, for example, blocking out the ground plane, adding walls, how do we cut openings, then place windows and doors into it, how to add a baseboard, hardwood floor, maybe some joists, etc. We will use the guideline tools, push and pull a lot, move things around. And yeah, with all that said, let's do it. Let's start with a new file. I will first go ahead and set this one up to decimal so I can work just in inches. The figure can stay. Might be good to use this for scale reference and just put the figure a little bit to the side. Let's start with a basic rectangle. And in this lecture, we will build parts and then we will adjust proportions. And that's on purpose, just to show you how you can block out and explore, manipulate an architectural design. First, let's say 10 feet, comma, 10 feet is for the ground plane. This has a certain thickness, 10 inches. We want to prevent this to adjust or fuse with other elements, so we make a group. Very good. So this is actually now our ground plane. Let's add a wall. So from the back to this corner here, I can see this is 120 inches, comma, 10 inches. We make this on purpose a little bit thicker wall. Oops, that was the wrong symbol. 120 inches, not feet, by 10 inches. There, very nice. And this we can now extrude up with push and pull 9 feet. Most of these dimensions are kind of like standard based on what architectural space you're in, residential, commercial, etc. Proportions might be slightly different. It's always good to consult literature or take measurements. Good. So I would like to have a window on this wall, an opening. So I did not make a group yet. I will go ahead and create myself a guideline from the bottom straight up, 30 inches. From the left corner inwards, 2 feet. This line over 50 inches and this bottom line and bring up 50 inches. So now I have a 50 by 50 inch opening, which is 30 inches off the ground. With the push and pull command, after I drew now a rectangle, I can then select this face, push and pull. I have to be careful now that you cut, kind of like extrude through. You have to go ideally to this end corner or maybe end face. Here you can see it says on face and then click and then it cuts it open. If, for example, as a quick demo, and this is a common mistake, I draw this wall on purpose bad. So you see the front and the back walls are not parallel. In this case, it cannot do this. If this is actually something one would want to do, then we have to do the Boolean command. So there you see, there's this. Push this out a little bit. I overbuild, make a group, and then I will use the subtract this, cut from this. And there we have it. Okay. So this is basically the two methods how you can build openings in walls. Either push and pull when the walls are parallel, or via the solid tools when they're not, or curved. Very good. So this wall is actually kind of okay now. The position of the window and all the stuff is good. Now we realize 10 feet by 10 feet is not enough. Let's make this wider. So this is 120. I would like this to be 240. So you see I created a guideline to simply extend. I could also have simply pushed and pulled this by 120 inches. This now I will group, and here I double click on the group to edit it, and then I adjust that face to there. Very nice. Cool. This guideline we don't need anymore. Very good. So when we have an opening here, let's somewhere here draw an opening. Should be for a door. So it's the inner opening we can specify to be 30 by 80. There we are. And then this we can push and pull, and you see, well, what happened? Didn't really push and pull, and because that is, I drew this outside the object, the group. So to add this now to the wall, I have to go edit mode into the group, and then actually I can draw right on this piece, the geometry, 80 by 30. However, when I'm inside this group, I can snap now to guidelines which are outside the group, which is quite nice. Very good. There. Push and pull, cut through. Very nice. So now we have to move this door. Maybe I would, when this is 2 feet, there I would like this to be 2 feet. Okay, I will create myself here guideline, 2 feet. There we are. And then how can I move the whole thing? One very easy way. I'm going to edit mode for this group, select the left and the right face. That's all I need. Then I go to the move command, move this over along this guideline, snap it to there. Clock done. Easy peasy. Okay. I could have pushed and pulled each face too, but as you see, I just selected the faces and moved the whole hall at once. Let's have another door right next to it. We can, with the guideline, play with dimensions. So this is maybe 12 inches, that's a foot, 6 inches, that's half a foot. Yeah, let's try 6 inches. And then here I do another 30 inches for the width. There we are. Okay. Double click into this group. And then here we just draw this and push and pull this through. Yeah, very good. You see, the guidelines are also very useful to make sure that, for example, opening for the window and the doors are all at the same level, etc. At this point, we can delete all the guidelines. We don't need them anymore. And here, the figure we could put in there. Now we can see, and do you fit through there? Yeah, you do. Okay, now you can go back. So let's add a window frame. We do this on the outside. Rectangle. Here on this corner point to this corner point, I draw a rectangle. It fills it in. We will do a very simplified window. 2 inches for the offset. Then this the inside we delete. And then we push and pull and 1 inch for the frame thickness. Select everything, make a group, done. By the way, how I build actually the window, if you think about it from the top, that's then also how you build a wall. If you just draw the plan and extrude it straight up, and with the offset, you create consistent material thickness. So, now in our explorative phase, we would like to create the same for the window, the door. 2 inches, very good. Delete this and 1 inch in. Yeah, that's fine. I make a group. There we are. And then make a copy of this. Bring this over to there. Very good. Now we meet with a client. And the client says, hey, I would like to have actually nice hardwood floor on the ground. Standard dimension, 3/4 of an inch. So what we see here, this ground plane, is actually a combination of build materials. So I will actually go to here and draw something on it. So here we have a rectangle. Let's say we make this 30 by 0.75. That is actually a wooden board which sits on kind of like joists which are 9.25 plus minus 1.5 there. So this is a joist. These are vertical, this joist, and then this sits on top. And then that's kind of like called the subfloor. And on that we put then whatever we want to have inside the house. Hardwood floor, carpet, tiles. Tiles, for example, they need to have another subfloor to stabilize it. Hardwood floor, we just put on this wooden floor. And carpet, yeah, it goes right on it too. But this means if we would like to have a hardwood floor now let's draw this. We can start at this corner, there, over there, there, go to here, and yeah, we have to do it this way. And then you start noticing we're going to run into a problem there. And again, I do this on purpose, simply to show you how we explore designs. And then if we run into modeling issues, correct it. It's very easy. So this base is actually created. I will hide this one for the moment. There you see what we have. And we have to extrude this one up. 0.75, 3/4 of an inch. Right click, double click it, make group. Yeah. So there we see now, this is not working, but it's a very easy fix. So double click, and then with the mouse, I drag over right to left. You see it selects all these horizontal edges and this vertical front and vertical back face. Those I deselect with Shift, and then with the move command along this edge, I simply slide this one up. There. One more time. There. And we bring this one up. See? That was an easy fix. Cool. So we have now a nice hardwood floor. Later we would put a texture on it to show this is this type of floor, this type of paneling, etc. We would like to have a simplistic baseboard. So let's go to here. And this is the way how I would start drawing it. I can click on this corner, but I can draw on this wall. If I go to this view, so I look more perpendicular on this wall, you see now how I can draw along the x-axis. If I rotate my view, it doesn't really work as well. If I press the right arrow key, I can draw on the x-axis plane, but not here. So two ways how to fix this. Either you go really to the view, so you can then draw perpendicular on it, or if you're more in a 3D view, I just draw this to the left side. I use the wall face as kind of like a sheet of paper to draw on it. So the width is the height, so 4 inches by 1/2 an inch. And there we are. And then this rectangle I can select. And then with the move command, move to this corner. See, easy peasy. The corner here we would like to chamfer. So I draw from the midpoint a vertical line down. Very easy drafting. Rotate this line 45 degrees. And then with the eraser, I get rid of the rest. There we are. Pretty nice. Cool. Now, the follow me command will help me to run this profile actually along this edge and then along there. And I pressed escape and I continue drawing actually the other paths for the next follow me commands. And you have to be careful that you click on the correct intersection points. Very good. And I will select this and press on the Mac Command E to hide, or use the right mouse button, and then this profile or mesh, I select the face, press Alt Option, and look at this. I make some copies. Midpoint, and then one more copy move to the endpoint. Since we're here, let's go with push and pull. No, follow me, sorry. Rip. No, not this way. This way. Thank you. There's number one. There's number two. And then this half we have to bring over. We have to fix this later. And then here this we bring to there. Easy. A little bit of tidy up, cleaning up these geometry lines. It's always very good to have clean geometry. It makes your life a lot easier. We could now group every individual object into its own group. Since they're not connected, as you can see, I simply will group all this into one group to make sure this is cannot touch other elements. And then unhide. There we are. Yeah, look at this. Now this tiny detail, if we hide this or show it, it's actually pretty nice. No, it adds detail to it. How do we do a frame for a window? Let's do a simplistic version too, just so you know how this works. So on this wall here, I simply draw a rectangle, 4 inches by half of an inch. There we are. And then this rectangle, I would like to rotate. I need to find the correct axis. Yeah, so here the x-axis, it is 90 degrees. We can do this 45-degree detail here at the center. I'm just sketching this out loosely, more eyeballing with. I'm just showing you how we can make this window frame or the trim. This face we don't really need. We just need this paths. And then we run this across it. And it miters it for us. See here, we have a really nice miter detail. Now we just delete this. Yeah. Or you can keep it if you want to. But you saw how to build the window trim. It's the same how to build actually the baseboard. How to build the window frame where the glass sits in is pretty much the same as, well, drawing actually down a floor plan and then saying, good, we have 5 inches of a wall thickness interior, and then the inside we delete. And then these new walls we extrude up, and then somewhere we have a big opening, window, door, whatever, and we cut this through. So actually that's the beauty of SketchUp. The modeling techniques are very simplistic and can be applied for all types of geometry. We just need to understand what type of geometry is an object made of we would like to build. So we're getting close actually to the end. Let's add an interesting detail. So we're going to open the ceiling and expose the joists. So we draw here a rectangle. This will be 1.5, comma 9.5. There we are. So this is kind of like a trimmed down joist. Then push and pull, triple click, group. This has to go upwards because this is right under this or inside the ceiling. There would be drywall under it. We are removing the drywall. Very nice. Then with the move and copy function, we make a copy from this outer point and bring this to here. Click, divide by 10. Ah, well, I have to do this one more time. Divide by 10 this distance. Okay, something isn't working. One more time. So you make a copy move from there to here and then divide by 10. Thank you. There. So we have like then evenly spaced out or filled this space with 10 copies. Logically, we can say that this is too short, so we go edit that group, expand it, leave the group. Now we have this top area open. From this corner to here, we can draw another rectangle. This then we can expand up 9.5 inches plus, let's say, half of an inch subfloor, 10 inches, 10 inches there. And then this would be, yeah, kind of like where we, on the second floor, would put carpet, hardwood floor, whatever onto it. No, actually, this is not correct what I just said. This, I'm sorry, let me do one undo. This actually is 0.75 because from here to here, that is already the whole floor. So we can keep this as is. For presentation purpose, to make something look a little bit thicker, now this is slightly thin. We can, in that case, however, if we want, make this visually maybe bigger. So it has a little bit of a volume. This is no more an artistic decision. Okay, very good. Yeah, this basically is concluding this exercise. We learned how to block out the basic ground foundation, draft a wall onto it, cut holes into it to suggest where a window is, where doors are. Then we put in a base floor, readjusted the geometry, and then started to put more basic geometrical elements in to, yeah, make the space look a little bit more realistic, more believable. And when we put this figure in here now, we can see, yeah, this actually, it's a pretty tall building or room. Now this works really good. Or in relationship, the figure is kind of short. I'm probably a little bit taller. Okay, very good. That's it.